Hey, what's going on everyone? Vega here for Serpent X Tech, and our mission in today's video is to get what is in these two boxes up and running as quickly as possible. If you're a subscriber to the channel, we had the Wetsminer M30S give up the ghost, so we quickly hit up our friends over at Ultra Tech who sent us these two boxes. The first one is the ASIC UMC, allowing us to omit the dev fee and maximize the efficiency of our machine. And then inside this big box we have a Bitmain ASIC. Let's go ahead and get this opened up and try to put everything together as quickly as possible. It looks like we got ourselves another S19k Pro, a couple pleb miner stickers, ultra stickers, along with the ASIC UMC and this cable right here, which is, you know, taking your C19 C20 cable and putting it into the traditional C13 C14. And we got to hurry up, right? So the Wetsminer is sitting inside the tank. Let me go ahead and show you that real quick. And the only reason why I would is if I took it out, the liquid level would be barely just above where it circulates. So I just left it in there temporarily. We got to get that guy out and draining. So we're going to do that now and get the new guy prepared for immersion. How fast can we go? But before we just tear this thing down and dunk it, I want to make sure that everything is in working order on air. So we need to get this control board installed. Super easy to do. This middle screw right here, this button, and this cover will lift off. I can swap out the control board, but I won't have all fans powering on because remember, like I mentioned in my last video, this has four 4-pin PWM headers, while this only has two 4-pin PWM headers and then just your normal 4-pin ATX power. So only two fans can be working, but as long as we get connected to it on the network, prove that it's working on airflow, then I can go down and tear it down properly before we dunk it. And the current time right now is 8:12 p.m. so we better get cracking. I forgot to order a faceplate and about the two screws up here because you can't pull the control board out the backside. The bus bar is going to get in the way. So the fastest way is through the front. You remove the two screws up front and then you will be able to disconnect all your various connections. You can see again the difference between the 4-pin ATX fan power for the two front ones against the 4-pin PWM, and then your 6-pin connector, and then your power supply communication cable. Now we could just slide this baby out front. We're just going to operate without a front plate or anything like that. We're just going to leave it open just like so. Slide that back in and connect everything all back up. And we are powering on. Just need to go make sure everything is good at the network. Don't forget, you're not supposed to use J1 on the control board. And the front fans, while they look like they're spinning, they are not. It's just pulling so much air from the back fans that is making the front spin. So now, just need to make sure everything is working decent in order here. Then tear down, take out the fans in the power supply, take out the fans in the front and the back. All right, so I lost a bit of time, unfortunately, because one of the hash boards would not detect no matter what, but this is why you test on air. You want to make sure everything is working on air before you even dunk it. Because I don't have the replacement faceplate that, you know, because you can see that's micro USB, where that's micro SD. This is just going to stay open, but I am going to put the top cover back in. Liquid's going to get anywhere everywhere, so let's get these fans off. I can make up some time, but I'm going to be slowed down either way. If you are going to use a drill, just be careful. Some of these screws are soft and you'll strip the head out, so just be careful. Power supply is going to take me the longest. Right now the Wetsminer is draining. Let's get into it as quickly as possible. No point in time-lapsing this. Go check out my teardown video where I talked about the S19k Pro. And real quick side note, even though this is the same S19k Pro that's already in there, this is the 110 terahash. However, with the ASIC control board, we might be able to stretch this guy's legs to be comparable to our 120 terahash that's already sitting in there hashing away on Bitcoin. All right, and just like that, the fans on the front and back are off. Now the power supply, I didn't see this in my previous models, but you can see this protective covering that they put all over the inside of the power supply. Oh, by the way, this is the inside of an S19k Pro power supply, also similar to the S19J Pro and XP and all that good stuff. But anyways, this white protective compound, they kind of glued the wirings for the fans in there, so I had to pull up on it. And this one was really close to this guy right here, and I was very concerned about that. But we got it out of the way, got all the fans off. I like to bag them all up and keep them in a nice safe place along with the original packaging. Remember, to remove these fans, we got to go out the side here, right? We can't lift back because it's hitting the PCB section. So we got to be ever so gently. I got to use 2 hands, but I got to pry this power supply shroud or front section here, just bend it just a little bit just so I can slide the fans out in this direction. Let's continue on. We need to get this baby in the liquid. All right, she's buttoned back up. Let's get her dunked. Come on. All right, there they are. Now it's just a matter of powering them on. Quick question. One of my cables, this guy right here that was powering the 120 terahash one, felt a little bit warm to the touch, very strange, a little bit warmer than I expected, but nothing too crazy. I just want to know if anybody else experienced that. Obviously, I'm living in Florida, it's hot, it's humid, so, but if anybody else had a really hot C19, C20 cable, let me know down in the comments or hit me up in the DMs, but let's go ahead and power these guys on. All right, there we go. One powering on. Let me turn off the light. This left one's powering on. Right one's powering on. Red fault light was blinking for a hot minute there, but now it stopped. Right one's getting up to speed. We need to make sure everything is showing as it should. So let me get hopping on the network. We need to make sure everything is good. So this one's steady green, that one's not. I saw that when it was having issues detecting one of the hash boards. So hopefully that's not the case. There we go, blinking, steady. All right, good. They're both on. They're both on the network. Again, 110 on the right, 120 on the left, both with Epic UMCs. Let's see what we can get the 110 up to as far as efficiency against the 120 in a future video. But not too bad time-wise. I got a couple things I need to button up, but with the wets miner out of the way, we now have 2 S19k Pros. Not the hotness, right? Not like the S21 or the M60s or anything like that, but definitely efficient considering the Bitcoin halving coming soon, allowing me to stack some sats as much as possible. And then in another future video, we're going to be using, we're using my son's jeans right here to soak up whatever leftover oil there is. But we need to figure out what's going on with this guy. We heard the power supply make a weird sound, so we need to tear into that, clean it all down, really properly clean it, and see if we can't get this thing back to life. Install the stock fans, which I still have, and all that good jazz. But that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and spending some time. Please do me a favor, hit the like button on the way out. Make sure to get subscribed, hit the notification bell to stay up to date, as well as check out additional links in the description to help support the channel and what we do here. And that liquid temperature is only 21 degrees Celsius since no miners were running for a hot minute. Nice to see. All right, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.